mylohyoid. And then if you bisect that one, there's another muscle deep to that, which again has the muscles running in this direction. That would be the geniohyoid. The chewing muscle, which are very large on rabbits because they are rodents, and they chew. Okay? This large muscle that has been broken, starting down here and going all the way up, would be the sternohyoid. So it's right in the middle, sternohyoid. And then on each side of that is a shorter muscle that is the sternothyroid that only goes up about this far because this is the thyroid gland right here. Thyroid cartilage is right here. Then at the bottom, this particular rabbit does not have that. This one, however, has the sternomastoid on both sides going up, starting at the sternum and going up. It's the sternomastoid. Now, if you look to the side, you'll see that there's two muscles that make an X. One that goes toward the sternomastoid and one that goes in the opposite direction. The most superficial of those is the basioclavicularis. It points back toward the ears. Underneath that is the clitomastoid, right here. The clitomastoid. Do you see it? Yeah. So it's running in the opposite direction. So this one's running this way, back toward the ears, basioclavicularis, and then the X, the other part of the X, going over here toward the sternomastoid is the clitomastoid. Okay? The very thin muscle up here is the pectoralis tenuis. Then you have the large muscle here, the pectoralis major. And then if you go underneath the pectoralis major, there's the pectoralis minor, right underneath it. Okay? Now, I know a lot of you guys are very weirded out over these because everybody's given you a different answer. So for our class, I'm just making a decision on what it's going to be called. I don't care what anybody else calls it. Okay? Transversus costarum, just a really small muscle. The rest of these, this is rectus abdominis. The scalenes, if you look here, this is serratus ventralis, here in the front. If you pull that back, there are a group of muscles right here, a very flat group of muscles, and these are the scalenus. Now, I'm not going to give them a name. The upper, dorsalis, medialis, this would be ventralis, dorsalis, and medialis would be the one in the middle. I'm just going to call these scalenes. So if you see any of these pinned, it's scalenes, scalenes, and more scalenes. Okay. All right. No, temporalis isn't on your list, is it?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
Temporalis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we don't. It's kind of hard to do temporalis. You can't because you'd have to.
Just the face.
Yeah.
So you can just cross it out?
Yeah, cross it out. Okay, so in between the ribs, you have the external intercostals. Sorry. The external intercostals are in between the ribs. And if you go underneath the external intercostals and you make a very thin little window, you'll see muscles in the other direction going in the other direction, and those would be the internal intercostals right underneath it. Can you see? I don't know that you can see. There. So external intercostals are these. Right underneath the external intercostals, between the ribs, are the internal intercostals, which I'm touching now. Okay? So then going back to the front here again, this is rectus abdominis. This first large muscle right here is going to be the external oblique. And if you fold the external oblique back, all the way at the bottom here, I'm trying to pull it back far enough, you'll see a little, it doesn't go all the way to the middle, are the internal obliques. Do you see them?
Yeah.
Right there, the internal obliques. And then this big muscle going across is the transversus abdominis. Transversus abdominis, right. So we okay there? Yeah. So should we keep going down the leg or should we turn them over?
Go down the leg.
Go down the leg?
Little one was right here.
Which one, honey? Transversus costarum.
Transversus costarum.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to flip him around. Cat, rabbit flipping occurring right now.
Yeah.
All right. So looking at, we're following down. Now we've finished. This is the rest of the external obliques here coming down. So now looking at the leg, you have in the front here, you've got this little skinny muscle, which is sartorius. Let's see if there's sartorius right here. Okay. This is the one that they like to call gracias. It's gracilis. So you've got gracilis on both sides here, right? If you move the gracilis, you have all of these muscles here. Now, your book has muscles that are supposed to be for the cat. And so it's a little bit confusing. So according to the cat book, the one that's really, really deep in here, this is pectineus. It's really deep. The next one would be the adductor brevis. The next one is adductor longus. And then this big one is adductor magnus. And there's no adductor femoris on a rabbit. So the littlest one in the middle here is pectineus, brevis, longus, and then this big one is magnus. Okay? You can actually see semimembranosus peeking around from the other side, but semitendinosus is really deep. So here's semimembranosus on the other side here. You can see it peeking around. That's semimembranosus. Okay? So then moving down the leg, continuing down the leg, this is the tibia here. And so this is called tibialis anterior. And then on the inside, what's this big one here? I want to say this is extensor digitorum, is it? Extensor, yeah, extensor digitorum longus. And then right next to that, right back here, you have the soleus and then the gastrocnemius. So gastrocnemius, soleus, extensor digitorum longus, and then the tibialis anterior, which is right here in the front. Okay. Yeah.
So the extensors are medial, not lateral?
On the foot. This comes around. This comes around and goes to the, yeah, this comes around. See where it's going? Look, it's going down and underneath. See it? It's going down and underneath.
Can you do one more time?
Yeah.
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 Well, the average, she's saying it's lateral.
Yeah, but if you take a look at this person, well, this cat,
Rabbit.
on the medial side here are the why can't I think of it? The Proteus group, Proteus brevis, longus, and tertius. Do I have it backwards? Tell me I'm not mixed up. I don't think I am. Take a look at your book. I think I'm right. I think the Proteus group is on the outside. Isn't the Proteus group lateral? Yeah, I think the Proteus group is lateral, and I think the extensor is medial on this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is extensor because you can take a look. Watch it. If you follow it. It goes down. Actually, goes down underneath the foot. Do you see that? Right here.
All right.
Okay, and then this is the tibialis anterior.